to the second chapter. Now let's play some basic scale exercises with the pure notes of the sargam, which are related to the Western major scale. We're going to play on the open D string to begin with, just all the notes on a single string. One of the great things about this is that you can visualize much more clearly the distance between every interval, so the structure of the scale becomes more clear. So it's going to sound like this. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. So we're just moving with the index finger until we get to the 9th fret, then use the ring finger and then the little finger. And then on the way down, little finger, ring finger, index finger, and then moving all the way back with the index finger again. So let's try it at this kind of pace. 1, 2, 3, 4, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. Make sure that you're using alternate picking just so that becomes more familiar, and then when you start to increase the speed, the alternate picking will take you as fast as you need to go. Now let's play that scale again, actually in the same register but using 2 strings. So we're going to use the D string up to Ma at fret 5, and then we can switch to the G string to play pa, da, ni, sa. This is how I would use the guitar most of the time if I was playing in this register. The G string is much more playable. You can slide, and it has a smoother sound for sliding, and for bending it's much more natural for bending as well. So this is really the best place I feel to play this part of the register of the guitar. So we're playing sa, re, ga, ma, and I'm now using a different finger. I'm using the index finger to play 2nd fret, then the ring finger comes on fret 4, little finger on fret 5. So that's the natural span of the hand covering that position. Sa, re, ga, ma, and then pa on fret 2 of the G string. Then I would move the index finger up to da at fret 4, and then ni at fret 6 and sa at fret 7, and then the same in reverse, sa, ni, da, pa, and then changing string to ma, ga, re, sa. So that's 7, 6, 4, 2 on the G string, and 5, 4, 2, 0 on the D string. Let's play that at the same kind of tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. Now to play the next register, to play the higher octave, we're going to start from fret 7 on the G string, and we're going to move all the way up this string until we get to the 19th fret. So the way this works is actually similar to what we had on the D string. We're just starting on fret 7 of the G string, but the same progression. So the fret numbers would be 7, 9, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, and coming back down, 19, 18, 16, 14, 12, 11, 9, 7. Now I don't really think of the fret numbers anymore, especially when I'm up this high. The main reason is that the dots really help you, because these 3 dots here are, there's 4 dots altogether. These dots are equivalent to these dots. So if I've got, for example, in between the first 2 dots I have da, and then the same here, in between the first 2 dots I have da. Okay, so I don't really tend to think of 14, 16, 18, 19 because it really just slows my thinking down. I just basically use the dots and the sargam sequence really. So I'm just thinking sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. And because I know the distance between each note, it's actually much easier. I know the distance between here, semitone for ma, and then another semitone from ni to sa. And you can really just hear where the next interval is. It's a good way to practice it if you play, and you can sense if you're going up a tone or up a semitone. You can start to just know how many frets you need to move in order to go with what you want to hear. So let's just try playing through that at the same kind of speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. Now there's another way that we can play the same octave that we found here, moving from sa, middle sa to the high sa. We can actually do the same thing but using the kind of progression that we had here with the D string and G string. If we start from fret 12, so the open string is the same as fret 12, we can play sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. And the useful thing about that is that sometimes it's actually quicker and easier to play that sequence with a string change. So anyway, this is a very useful pattern. So the way this would work is 12, 14, 16, 15 on the D string. So there's your sa, re, ga, ma. And again, just look at the dots to orientate yourself better. So you're skipping over the first dot, using the second dot for ma. And then switch to the G string, fret 14, 14, 16, 18, 19, or pa, da, ni, sa. So let's try that one at the same kind of tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sa,